Alright, hello everybody, I'm TychoCelchuuu and welcome to a Company Heroes 2 shoutcast featuring Hoi Sankad, one of the top players in one of the top clans in Company Heroes 2. I think they're a Chinese clan, but don't quote me on that, even though I'm posting this to YouTube eventually and it'll be online for everybody to know. Going conscripts and tier 1, tier 2 first, versus CoH2, one of the big names from Romeo's Starcross Cup tournament a while ago. Made it pretty far in the brackets before getting knocked out. I suppose I may have just slightly spoilered that, but that's okay. It's been a long time. And we have Ostrupin. CoH2's got the Ostrupin doctrine, and great. So that's going to be Ostrupin plus MG. Only gets one Ostrupin squad coming in from off-map, so that's life. Weak but numerous Ostrupin infantry does not seem to be correct in this case. It's just weak. Just weak. So CoH2 is only going to use them to back cap right now because they are so terribly weak. So CoH2 does not hop this fence. I've always wondered if it's faster to sort of manually tell them to hop this fence to capture this point over here. It's really not clear to me when it's worth doing that sort of thing. This is the beginning of the game when CoH2 certainly has enough micro, has enough APM to bother with that. And here we go, another Ostrupin call-in and one squad of Ostrupin 2, conscripts 2, Ostrupin. And what's going to come out of tier 2? Is it going to be Maxim spam? Is it going to be a mortar? Is this just a prophylactic tier 2? I guess one nice time to build a tier 2. I've talked in a previous shoutcast about never knowing when to build tier 2 for Soviets because my engineers are always out on the map and fighting and stuff, and I never have time to bring them back. Maybe one time to build it is just right at the beginning. You know you'll eventually want tier 2, so just build it right as the match starts and only lose a few seconds of capping. Another Ostrupin squad called in, so we definitely picked that doctrine in case you were forgetting, and conscripts are building some sandbags. We don't see this super often. This is not a super popular cutoff to harass early on this map. Most of the fighting tends to happen around the sort of middle of the map, so it's interesting to see those conscripts fighting that one out. Not fighting, but building that. I guess that's, again, planning for the future. So maybe Sankad is just a big future planner in this game. I kind of want to look where the MG is over here, but it still hasn't found anybody. That's sort of the main, it's not a cutoff, it's just a fuel point, but that's sort of the main thing that fights happen around this fuel and then this fuel over here. So it will be interesting to see how that happens in the future. Welcome to everybody viewing me on Twitch. For those of you watching on YouTube, this is my first Twitch shoutcast of the day. I just went live like 10 seconds ago, so there's probably not a lot of people here yet. Double Ostrupin squads clustering behind this tract are going to overwhelm these engineers, and this is going to be bad for the Soviets if they aren't able to stem the tide of the Ostrupin. These conscripts are already too low, I think, to fight. Losing another model to those pioneers, I believe. Nice job there. But the Ostrupin are backing off. They just want to capture the fuel, which makes sense. And it looks like this fuel is going to be safe because of this MG. These conscripts wisely not engaging the MG, which I'm pretty sure they saw from the... Well, no. Maybe they might have seen it from the house. It's hard to know. But in any case, the conscript's not engaging over there, so the Germans are going to be happy with this. CoH2 is going to be happy with the 2 fuel points, and the Soviets are going to have to try and get back into this game with this newly built Maxim. So that's what tier 2's doing so far. Wasn't doing anything until now. We still don't have this back capped, so we'll have to see when the Soviet player gets around to that. That's another one of those things I'm always interested to watch good players do. When do they ever bother going back for that point? We noticed CoH2 did it first things first with the Ostrupin, which is interesting. We have entrenching tools unlocked from the doctrine. Does anyone ever build these things? I feel like I haven't seen these built in the new patch since I came back. Maxim is opening up, suppressing some Ostrupin, so already we've got things going. The Maxim's newly buffed suppression against the terrible Ostrupin. Things are happening. Now the Maxim's repositioning. Is it going to get in a house? Here's the question. Nope, setting up behind the fence. I've been playing some Men of War Assault Squad 2 lately, and it really makes you think like you would never set up a machine gun behind a fence in that game, because it would just shoot the fence, but that's not how Company Heroes 2 works. Company Heroes 2 is more abstract, and the Maxim not able to fire through the corner of the building. That or this tree is a shot blocker. I don't think that tree is a shot blocker. It's more of a hedge too, if you think about it. And these conscripts still haven't engaged anybody. The MG42 still hasn't moved. CoH2 put this MG42 here in the beginning of the game and it hasn't moved. So that's a really interesting choice from CoH2. Oh, we have a bunker being built. I didn't know Ostrupin could do that. I guess I should have, because they can do this entrenching tool thing. Yeah, it's a really interesting choice from CoH2 not budging this MG42 from the fuel point over there. That shows that CoH2 is really, really concerned about keeping that fuel in his control. More concerned about that than basically anything else in the match, because obviously the MG42 could be useful in some of these fights that Ollie is getting in. These Austrian can get themselves owned. We have an airplane coming in? No. I was like, why did... This sounds like an airplane. No, it's a half-track. That makes a lot more sense. Wow, interesting charge from these Pioneers, losing 2 models. I don't know if that was focus fire from the conscripts or what, but that was... if it was an excellent choice. It looks like it was focus fire, because they keep firing even after it retreats. So that was a real good focus fire from the Russian player, from CoH2 to drop some models on those Pios as they closed in, knowing that the Pios with their MP40s would be the most dangerous foe. Up close and personal. And it looks like the half-track pushed off the Maxim. These conscripts stick around to 1 man. They picked off 2 people from the Austrian and 2 or 3 from the Pios. So that's not bad, considering it was a 2v1 squad. The conscripts basically killed as much as they lost. And here we go. It's this crazy old flame half-track. It doesn't have any kills yet, but it's gonna make its presence known. I bet. Do we have AT grenade? We do have AT grenades upgraded, at least a little while ago. We have an Ura. Ooh, are they gonna hop the fence? I feel like hopping the fence... I guess that's fast enough. It feels like it makes you pretty vulnerable to the flamethrower because it has a lot of time to just roast you, but we only get 1 AT grenade in on this thing with the Maxim setting up, but it doesn't have... I don't even know if sustained fire would be helpful versus this thing. The Maxim can do a little bit of damage to this thing, a little bit more if it's hitting from behind. It can actually rather reasonably penetrate, but whoa, what kind of retreat path is this? At least they're not going to head into their brother flamethrower thing. That would be a bad thing. If anybody's in Twitch chat, let me know. Say hello. I can't check my viewer list because I'm busy talking, and we have a Zis being built. So good. That's a good counter. It's nice. One of those reasons to have tier 2 up. ASAP for the Soviets. With a combination of AT grenades and AT guns, you can handle basically any tanks that ever roll out from the Germans, especially any sort of early vehicles like a scout car. Oh, great. We have Fishman501 in chat saying hello with the pigeon emote. We have Flintstone PL saying hello. Hello, 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 everybody. Thanks for joining me on what is a Saturday morning for me. Oh no, green cover, not for the Maxim. That's going to make you die. They get out without any models lost, though. That's good. Probably, yeah, we have medics upgraded too, so that's good. And we have Panzergrenz, one of my favorite infantry units in the game. Not super popular these days, but glad to see them making an appearance. Real happy. Unfortunately, right now they have a boring job, so we don't get to watch them do stuff, but I'm looking forward to their exploits in the future. And another fence hop. Both players have now confirmed hopped over fences. They know that you can do that. I feel like sometimes I watch people, they don't seem to know you can do that. You just hover over the fence and right-click. It's a very annoying micro thing, but it works just fine. And here we go again. Ooh, AT gun gets a nice shot off from really far away. Unfortunately, there's no snare available from the conscripts. Aren't able to oorah up. That is going to force it off, though, so that's not as good as killing it, but almost as good. It does give the Soviet player the breathing room they need to capture a lot of stuff. Notice the Soviet player has held on to this fuel. These Austrian tried to go poke at it, but these flamethrowers were here. So the Soviet player has kept face-to-face with the Germans, and in fact is now pulling ahead of the Germans in fuel income because he eventually did backcap this thing. So we have a plus 26, oh, now down to plus 23 because it's cut off. Now they're even. But my point is that the Soviets doing good with the fuel, and the MG finally moved only to get immediately evicted by the Zis, which nearly wiped that squad with a lucky miss hitting right by the building. Man, that building is going down, down, down. The burning ring of... Oh, it's over. It's over, folks. That's all she wrote. So Soviet player probably pretty happy with this positioning, but do have to worry about some sort of crazy flank from the half-track, or maybe some infantry overrunning the AT gun, where the Panzergrenadiers still being kind of underutilized, capping in the north. It would be nice to see the Austrian swap with the Panzergrenadiers so the Panzergrenadiers could get into the fight, maybe toss a bundle grenade onto this thing, maybe at least push off the conscripts and clear out the way to the AT gun so people can come in. Here we go, what's happening? What is this? This is an interesting assault. You know the AT gun's around. Goes for a quick roast on these guys. Does get 2 models, but immediately push back at half health, up to 2 vet from 4 kills because it's taken so much damage from the AT gun also. And here we go. Here's the flank happening. Oh, I see. There's just conscripts down there. That was unfortunate from the Soviet player, not able to get a snare off again, and that means the half-track is again out of the fight but not down, and this time the Soviet player took a lot of losses manpower-wise from all that stuff going on. Nice mine here, by the way. That might eventually catch the half-track if it tries to pull a crazy flank, so that's a really good choice by the Soviet. Nice bombard. This machine gun does not have any breathing room, but it is going to get out. That guy stuck around. He's got a death wish. What was he thinking? What was he doing? Very strange. Ooh, MG versus MG, so we're up to 2 MGs for the Germans. Another squad of Pioneers built just to keep this fucking half-track repaired, I guess? I don't know, they're heading out. Maybe they're gonna be minesweepers? Interesting. What's the other Pioneer for? We're 10 minutes in. Why did you build a second Pioneer squad? Are we going to see a bunker build? Are they going to... What are they doing? Is it just... What is it? See, the Ostrichmen are cheap enough. I guess the Pioneers... What? Okay, they're Minesweepers. Yeah, no, the Pioneers cost the same as the Ostrichmen, so there's no reason just to buy them if you need cheap infantry. But they're Minesweepers, so this is cool. Did, I don't think the German player has run over any mines yet, so this is just really good prediction from the German player, knowing that there may or may not be mines, and there are, in fact, mines. It may be a little too late if this thing drives forward. It's not gonna, though. Too many... Can flames set off mines? I don't think so. But if they can, we might see some mines set off. Oh, the Panzergrens, the first time they're in a fight, and they're gonna run over mines. Oh, did that just... The mine just... I think the AT gun just blew up a mine. That was really unfortunate. Oh, and it popped armor... Oh, no. That was a light artillery barrage. What am I talking about? Pop light artillery barrage. Man, this MG is just AT gun magnet. But that really sucks. The AT gun blew up those mines. Those mines were going to be, like, really helpful for keeping that half-track from pulling any sort of crazy flank. And now, here we go. The half-track's pulling some sort of crazy flank. Or no, it's just supporting the assault on the left with the poor benighted Panzer Grenadiers, and nice cutoff enacted by these Minesweeper dudes. Maybe there was a mine here. Maybe the German player went Minesweepers because a mine blew up. I thought this was just an AT gun bombard crater, but I'm like 70% sure that's an AT gun bombard crater, and 30% sure that's a mine, in which case the reason the German player got Minesweepers was not mind reading, but or prediction, but running over a mine. Ermagerd, it's my favorite Jewish pigeon, says Screaming Mini. Thanks. Glad to hear it. I'm not actually a pigeon, though. I'm a human being. Pigeons can't talk unless you're in the magical world of Hatoful Boyfriend, which I still haven't played. Although it's in my Steam library. I'll get around to it one of these days. I played on stream, except I'm afraid nobody's going to watch the stream if I don't stream Company Heroes 2. So I'm always afraid of playing other stuff on the stream. We have Escalate to Battle Phase 2 for the Germans, so maybe we're going to see some teching up. We have 57 fuel. Hanging out in the bank, not a lot of stuff to buy, I think. And look, the doctrine chosen by the Soviets, which we'll look at in a sec, these guys are dead. One more burst. Oh, no, they got around the hedge. Oh, wait. Oh, they're dead. That was unfortunate. The flamethrowers down for the Soviets. And, oh, we have shock troops called in. Another one of my favorite infantry squads. Another one super underutilized lately. People say they are not good anymore. MGs, again, baiting the AT gun. Wow, interesting that the, I guess it's hiding behind the house. Can it shoot through the house? Can this shoot through the house? This can for sure shoot through the house, no question there. Now the question is, can the AT gun shoot through the collapsed house? Line of sight blocking is very strange in this game. It doesn't work the way you would think. Man. I guess that's just attack ground. That's got to be attack ground because it's not shooting at anything. But I didn't know you could give them attack ground commands. You can't give them to every flamethrower, right?
We are now authorized to
Here we go. Battle Phase 3. We've got Tier 3 up. I think people would tune in if you did some Men of War Assault Squad. Yeah, so actually I am planning on streaming Men of War Assault Squad. That's the only thing I'm not afraid of. Shock Troop Grenade almost fucks up the entirety of the Panzer Grenadier Squad. Fishman says for sure. Yeah, I'll definitely stream some Men of War Assault Squad. That was actually, I logged on today to Company Heroes 2, and I was like, if there aren't any games, I'll stream some Assault Squad shoutcasting. But there were games. I'm also worried Assault Squad is too heavy on the CPU, so we'll see if it works for streaming. Oof, this building is going down. Not as fast as the last one. Shock troops do not give a fuck about flamethrowers. They're just like, we're okay, we're cool. We're cool. It's alright. They don't have any AT grenades though, so it's really interesting. Yeah, I don't know why the half-track is still sticking around here. He knows that AT gun is there and it almost fucking died. Instead, it got Vet 3. The way to get Vet on a half-track is just to get yourself fucking shot at. Minus 20% weapon cooldown, I think, is good for flamethrowers, because it just means they'll burst that much faster. I guess the cooldown isn't that long on flamethrowers. So Dodd says no envy encoder. No, that looks like shit. It doesn't look any good. It also doesn't let you control the relative audio mix of the microphone that you're recording with and the game sound. So it's no good if you're recording to local, which I would be because I want to put it on YouTube later. Here's the Ostwind. So Soviet players probably gonna need another AT gun, I'm thinking. I think we had 2 AT grenades going in on that. The second grenade managed to do some damage to the engine. The AT gun is rolling out. This is where things get really dicey for the Soviet player, because an Ostwind plus a flamethrower means your AT gun has to be pointed in 2 directions at once, or your opponent has to be an idiot, neither of which are possible here. Sidolio's not an idiot, and AT gun can't point in two directions at once, but that was a nice AT grenade plus AT gun shot, taking the half-track down again, and German's going to have to retreat and lick his wounds, and Soviet player's going to have plenty of time to pop out an AT gun, or we're way far away from an IS-2. Can we tech up to a KV? We can tech up to a KV-8, so maybe we'll see a KV-8. 145 fuel, that's still 25 fuel, 20 fuel away, so that'll be tough, but we'll see. We'll see, because the Soviet player hasn't pumped out a T-34, hasn't pumped out an AT gun, so clearly saving for something. And it can't be saving for an IS-2, because that's too many CPUs away. So, saving for an SU or a KV-8's gotta be the plan, right? Saving for a KV-8, because we don't have an SU being built? Because now's the time. Your opponent's shown their hand. They've gone Ostwind and... half-track does this get? Hit points? No. So, I was wondering if it survived that AT gun plus... AT grenade combo a while ago because it was at 3, but it doesn't look like that's the answer. Shock troops are not moving. They're in the base, getting healed up. That's important. You want them as strong as possible. Any units that have to run in close with their machine guns and shoot people, or their submachine guns and shoot people, you want them to have as much HP as possible because you know they're going to take some damage showing up. The Ostrupen have been upgraded with their LMGs, a little more firepower, and here we go. We popped the KV-8. So we were waiting for the KV-8, and that's what the Soviet player is going in. I think it's not a bad choice. It can take on the Ostwind and the half-track, no problem. It can take on the Ostrupen, no problem. It can take on the machine guns, the Panzergrenadiers. It can take on literally... Ooh. This AT gun's doing some fucking Kobe shit this game. Hello all, what's up, says Saprisme101. Hello. Saprisme101. Let's look at the VPs. 322 to 335. Cool. That's a meme. That's a meme number from Dota. Oh, it's gone. And 335. So both players draining the VPs at equal rates. How many squads have we lost? We lost a Soviet engineer squad. Oof, this Ostwind's doing some work. We lost a Soviet engineer squad on the retreat a while ago. Flamethrower squad. But I don't know if any other squads have been lost. I guess I can check this, can't I? Yeah, Combat Engineer Squad lost, and then, yeah, that was the only squad lost. See, I can do that without clicking that fucking button. Nobody needs that button. That button is for weak people who can't remember things with their huge brains, but I have a huge brain. Here we go. Is it on flame? When that icon's there, does it mean it's on flamethrower mode? I guess so. Fucking roasting some motherfuckers. And it can afford to be on flamethrower mode because there's an AT gun here. I would kind of like to see it be on shooty shoot mode for the Ostwind, but whatever. It's just it doesn't have to care about anything. German player is now building a Panther. Is that a Panzer IV? I think it's a Panther. We'll check in a sec. Oh no, it's a Stug. I can never I say I can never tell what the silhouettes are. It's really just the Stug looks like everything to me. I can't tell what the Stug icon is. Anyways, Stug 3 is coming out. I don't know if that's going to be enough of a response for the Germans. Maybe these Ostrupen can just fucking faust for days. They're fausting right now, or they're going to get a nice damage engine from the front, but they pay for it with a whole squad. So that's the second squad lost in the game. First squad down for the Germans. Panzergren's taking some good damage there. Ooh, man, that's a really good flamethrower. Fucking Soviet players like, you want to play the flamethrower game, motherfucker? I'll play the flamethrower game. Look at the range on it too. Man, that guy is just yikes. It makes so much flame. It's just a small, tiny burst caught that guy on fire, and he went Human Torch on everybody. And another engineer squad being built to replace the dead one, so the KV-8 can be repaired. So here we go. The Stug is... Oh, Jesus, I wasn't watching close enough. The Stug got this thing fucking down to half health. This could be really bad. Oh, this is the end for the Soviets, clearly. If this KV-8 goes down, one more shot from the Stug, it's going to keep going, clearly. You trade the Stug for the KV-8. Motherfucker, wow. I guess that's why nobody builds KV-8s. These things fucking suck. I ragged so much on the KV-1 the last time I saw it in a shoutcast, and people were like, Tycho, it's not so bad, so I was like, fine, I'll let off, so I wasn't ragging on the KV-8, but, yeah, GG. KV-8 sucks. Just fucking, Sankad would have been better off building another AT gun and just fucking waiting for the IS-2. I tell you. Or at least spamming T-34s. T-34 spam would have worked fine, too. Or an SU. Literally any choice except the KV-8. It's just terrible. The end.